Hey everybody, it's Roland a Real from Complete Trader Academy again with another daily review. Today is November 10, 2022. Let's jump right into it here. You see this beautiful bullish candle today. Market rallied up hard instead of going the opposite way. So we can break this down in many ways, and I can put it this way. It didn't do any retracement when the actual candle opened up. We had if we go to a 4-hour real quick, we did have a demand block sitting here that was holding for support. This became the support once the retrace came back in. There's a lot that I can discuss about this video, so bear with me here because there's a lot that has happened and will happen. So understanding structure and understanding where you are and that things can just go against you or the complete direction of what you thought. It's hindsight that we see it now, but when you're live in the moment, things are different, right? So sometimes your mind plays tricks on you. Sometimes you will just not trust your analysis and all that. But let me just go back to the daily. So price opened up, no retracement, and they used the news because news came out today, CPI news came out today, and they decided to use that to attack that gap that we've been talking for over 2 months. That's sitting right here. We took out this objective here with the candle on the high of this candle as the liquidity is sitting up here. So great target for that. And then to get to the gap, which it did. And then now the next objectives, before I get into the breakdowns and all that, I'm just going to speak about the objectives and future. So the next key area that I call key areas would be the close of this imbalance sitting here, which would be underneath this candle on the daily here. And then after that, if that doesn't hold, which is coupled with this supply block, after that, which is looked as supply, if it breaks that and goes into past this high here, that means it's taking out liquidity here. After that, if it decides to keep going, your next objective would be to mitigate some of this price here that's imbalanced and then get into this supply area. Then you have the same story that we've been talking about here. Here will be here, and then will be here. So here we have that last candle up with this wick. This is a rejection wick, supply wick, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. But this would be a form of resistance. This would have been a form of resistance. This would have been a form of resistance. And you're pretty much, you're taking the trend up in structure, higher high, higher low. Almost higher high, but it's a high, higher low, because it's a higher low than this. Breaks. So once you break, higher high, higher low. Yeah, you had all this movement in this candle, in these candles, but the ultimate goal was the higher low. What was it? Well, it happened to be the bottom retracement of this candle, and you got chopped up in here. But really, this is A, B, and C. So high, higher low. Structure. Keep following it. This is what anybody who's new, who is watching this, you need to do this. See your cursor? Look at my cursor. Up, down. So higher high, higher low. Higher high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, closed, low, higher high, so breaks that. Okay, so we're moving bullishly. Higher high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, barely any movement there, high. Right, I'm only doing that to train your eye if you're new, because sometimes I'm not realizing that people are new here, so I'll explain in depth. All right, so I can't give away the farm because I can't explain something, years of knowledge in just a video, right? So please understand that as well. But in general, this is the lower high, lower low, and we were making a lower high. We've been discussing that, right? But sometimes it doesn't have to follow structure. Now, you're going to say, well, we're supposed to follow structure. Structure is a general guidance, all right? But the price can come up here, take out this high, and then sink. So was that no more a lower high and this is a new high? Well, yeah, it could be a break of structure and we could be going bullish up this way if you take out this high, and especially if you take out this high, that would be a bullish direction of changing structure, right? But the price can also just grab the liquidity here, balance price in here, or not called balance price, but reprice price over here and then come down, right? So it's not as perfect as you may want it, but at the same time, understand the big picture of how this market can move. It is booked by an algorithm. It is a program that is based looking on liquidity. It's always looking for where the money is at. So after this here, after this high here, we could take some of this out, or it could sink from here. All right, so on this larger fib here, this is the 88 we're at, and it'll probably bust the 100 level, which would be the high here, and take liquidity here, and then, you know, come and grab some money in here, and then starts heading its way down for the rest of the year even, and land here somewhere. I don't know. All right, but that's what you need to understand is structure. I'm gonna go to a 4-hour real quick. So if you see the structure here, high, low, higher high, higher low. You count this. You don't count this or this. This is internal structure. High, low, high, low, high, low. I'm not going to go through all of it. High, low, high, low, high, low. Somebody would say, oh, that broke structure. Well, it's fractal. So the real move is this. Low. So high, low. This is the retracement. All this in between is to get you caught up. Can you make money from those? Yes, it's a 4-hour chart. Actually, let me go down to a smaller chart. Let me go to a 1 hour. Maybe this is even, you can see it more clear. Yes, so high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. You see it? But it's creating support, 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 support. And then when it breaks down, someone could say, oh, this is bearish. I thought it was going to be bearish at the time because it was a higher time frame area. But at the same time, when it came down here, it just grabbed liquidity, created support right here. And then this was just a leg, A, B, C. See that? And then your next one is what? A, B, C. So now, present time, we need to discuss this, go into the pricing, go into the trades. So I'm on the 1 hour chart. This was A, B, C. As I discussed yesterday in the video, came down to this. I'll put it back to a 4 hour. See how it settled here on the 61? This is the 61 right here. So at this moment, I knew that we had news tomorrow and that could fly 400 points up or down. The sentiment was they tried to put CPI as less aggressive, meaning inflation is taking a step back. So that's why the stocks went up, and then the dollar literally flew down. I thought the dollar was going up. So it was, if you're just on the wrong side of the market that day, then you're just on the wrong side. But I didn't take any trade. So I wasn't on any wrong side because I knew what kind of day it was going to be. It literally, if you bought here somewhere, that price could have easily spiked down and you would have lost. But Asia gave it away, which I'm going to get into in depth right now. So I didn't put the fib from A, B, C. I started it here because this was the move. So this is the last, this was the beginning of the move technically, right? Because I could have put a fib here, A, B, and C, and then this would have been a new A, B, and C, right? I'm only doing it this way so you understand. All right, that being said, it hit the 61 and it settled, never broke this price. This was a big red flag. So let me go into the chart, show you the trades. Now, I was going to get in this trade, and I told myself, you know what, just forget it. It's going to whipsaw against you, so don't worry about it. But I should have trusted myself. And it's okay. We all make mistakes. It's not even a mistake. Staying out of it was even better, but playing it safe is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I could let this day go by and not worry about it. We're going to have plenty of trades after this. Tomorrow is going to be another 500 points. Monday is going to be another 500 points. Whatever the numbers are, there's plenty of money every day, technically. So don't ever worry about something like that. All right, so price came down. I took this trade from here to here. It was about almost 800 points. I made the money on it. I took 80% profit. Obviously, it went against me today, but it didn't matter because I took my profit. So here, when the day ended, so the day opened this way. It's kind of hard to, by the way, it's kind of hard to show this because of when I do this, that candle, that 1 minute, it'll ruin the chart. So I'm going to just leave it out for a moment. So follow me here. Price came down, settled yesterday. Price opened up, was playing around. Literally, you could tell it was setting up something. So broke up high, made a low. Consolidating, took out this low. Okay, so we don't know where we're going. Then we took this high. Once we went up and broke, once we made this high, I kind of had a feeling that we were going to stay bullish. And it was setting it up. Now, this was the trade here. So look, price never broke down and never came down here. I assumed it was going to come down and whipsaw and take this out. So I didn't get in, which I should have got in right here because this is where I wanted to get in when I saw it happening. It was here. Okay. So price came down, came into this demand area here. You saw that? See how it comes right into this demand area of this block? Holds it, goes up. It didn't break this high, but being so equal, I consider that being a high or a higher high. Now I know it's not a higher high, and I'm just not to be technical here. But when you see a high price like this, then you know that it's just too clean. And they're equal highs, that there's liquidity sitting here, that the price is going to come and take it. So I look at this as a high, just like this, equivalent. All right. So that's my understanding, right? So price then broke down, came down, got right into that block. Look how amazing that is. Right into the block, came up, and then this would have been the safe entry. When price came down, and then tapped that block again. You see that? Do you see that? And that would have been your entry right there. All right. Then price opened up. That's the last candle. So watch this. So this price came down. It spooked me. I ain't gonna lie. So I left it alone because I knew the next candle was gonna be the news. So I mean it could have just shot all the way down. So I left it alone. Sure enough, the next candle happened, didn't do any retracement. You had to have already been in. If anybody tells you that they caught this trade at the news, they're lying. Guaranteed, I'm gonna tell you flat out, they're lying. There's no way. You wouldn't have got filled in. The broker wouldn't have even got you in. There's no way. But oh, look what it did now. Yeah. So you would have to have been in from here at around 740. You would have to have been around at 550, or you could have got in, at the end of yesterday, which was 350 right here. I mean, and you got to have some balls to do that. I mean, you can do it if you're playing the probability game. It's a probability game. And this is very common, to be honest, that it doesn't really retrace. It just shoots up. They always use the news to reach something, and that was to reach that gap. So look here. So that's this purple zone. This is the gap right here. So obviously you're gonna take it up, and then I was gonna jump in here, but I left it alone. and this would have been your next entry here. So when price came up, structure is getting created. High. You're not sure where structure is going right here yet, but it did come down, took out this low. It did take this imbalance. So that's legit reason for it to kind of go up. It doesn't have to come to the 50, or it doesn't have to come down here. We would like for it to price, but it doesn't have to at the moment. So at the moment, you're not really sure what's happening here. But once you got this high and then this low, and then you got this high again, okay, so now you've created structure. So if it came down and broke these levels after making high, then low, then high, then low, then that would be a break of structure, and now you're going down, right? But as it held support with a high, low, you're buying at the next higher low, right? So you could have been a buyer right here. I know this is minuscule. It's very hard to understand this, and this is for like more advanced, but this is also a demand area, this wick of this candle. So when it came in, it didn't break this low. It stayed within this demand wick. So that is to give you an idea that this is holding structure. It's a good place to buy. But if you're spooked and you don't want to take that trade and you want more confirmation, well, then what do? You wait for a new higher high and a higher low. Doesn't have to be a higher high. It just could be a high and then a low, which is, this is internal high and low. And look how it happened. Same story. So price went up, and once it came down into this block here, oh, it was on the 1 minute. I'm sorry, you can't see it on the 5 minute. Here we go. Yeah. So here we go. So price touched down. You could have been in buyer there, but that's very difficult if you're not watching. Price came up, came down. Okay, you could have been a buyer right here because it came into this supply candle, this demand candle right here. You would have counted this. See how perfect that was, clean it was? But that's fine. You didn't take it. Broke up, came down. Came down, what did it come down to? Came right into this demand block right here. With you having this imbalance here, perfect trade right here. And then you take that up. And you know you're right because it's high, low. And you're creating structure, right? So where was the goal? Take it right up to this gap, or to this, the last of that demand. I'm sorry, the what do you call it? The imbalance. This is the high of that imbalance, this line right here. And that was it. That was the day. So let me go back out to a week perspective, closing, and just so you can understand. Some of the mistake I made was understanding that I should keep just following structure and knowing I've got this gap marked here for months. So if it's already got this high, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for it not to hit it. But gaps don't have to get filled. But we're obviously aggressively bullish. I mean, look how big these candles are. So the mistake was me not trusting my own analysis and sticking with it, trying to sell early. But I also didn't know that the dollar was going to flip like that. I mean, you know, no one knows. So, and also I should have paid attention. I'm going to take this off. I should have paid attention to this wick. This wick right here, we're on a weekly chart now. So I should have paid attention to this wick because it is completely by itself. Price has not repriced it at all, and that's a big red flag too. So I should have been looking for that, but at the same time, it doesn't have to. Price when it was here, it could have still sold off. It still repriced price in here well enough, and then it could have came down and come into this objectives. We're coming for this for sure, this area. But this wick, I should have paid attention to that. And what I should have also paid attention to is not just above this wick for liquidity, but you see this wick right here? This wick has not been mitigated or repriced as well, has not been touched. Ever since it came down, there's only been selling offered. So generally price, if you notice, it will always come up and rebalance price. We got some, by the way, since we're here, this is January, the beginning of the downtrend, but there's some imbalance in here too. So do we see this one day? Who knows? But I know that this is empty sitting here. With this wick, and this candle, there is an imbalance here, and price can definitely reach here too. But that's as of now and where we are in the world. I should have paid attention to this wick more, and this is a big red flag right here. So you could say the open. See how it never touches the open? The open is here. You got the 50% of this wick. And then I don't see it coming above here anytime soon. But this is another area. So that's why I got it marked right there with this line. This supply block wick. Price can come up in here, take out that high, and then come in here. So now you can see where order flow is going. But the real magic is following structure and trusting your analysis and waiting patiently for it to come in into your zones and high probability areas of taking a retracement trade, right? So, all right, I hope this helps. Hope this wasn't too long. Take care. God bless.